Diving deep into 1,350 plus videos. Creating content isn't just about the camera and the clicks, it's about evolving, adapting, and learning every step of the way. These 1,350 plus videos hold a treasure trove of lessons, strategies, and insights. This video holds the keys to YouTube mastery. If you are new on this channel, my name is Max Cecco, and I help aspiring entrepreneurs escape their 9-to-5 boring job and or create a profitable online information-based business. After investing more than $15,000 in the last 3 years into different YouTube courses with various successful creators, let me share with you 7 valuable lessons that completely change the way I look at the YouTube platform today. Lesson number 1. YouTube search is dead. Let me picture the right scenario to let you understand this fundamental concept. YouTube is the second most used search engine worldwide after Google. And yes, Google owns YouTube. Especially at the beginning, I've been taught to create content people are looking for, in order to match their needs based on my field of competency. For instance, since my idea was and is to create my content authority to be seen as the expert in my field of competency, I started sharing information about how to start a business, copywriting, sales, and other important topics. I identified what people were looking for on YouTube, and I created this content. How to start a business online without money. How to create an online course step by step. 10 steps to write a sales letter that sells. 5 best digital products to sell online. And so on and so on. Since I'm in a very competitive niche, it is very difficult to position this type of content in the search results, especially if you start from scratch. And I can testify that consistency is not enough. Posting one single video per day or 5 videos per week doesn't make any sense if you start from scratch. This was a concept that worked 5 or 6 years ago. Indeed, YouTube gives the privilege to be seen on the search results to old and trusted channels. So, especially when you start your journey on YouTube, forget about creating content with intent to get views from the YouTube search bar. And if you want to know the solution to this problem, watch lesson number 2. Lesson number 2. Sell the outcome. This is the most critical and relevant strategy that allows me to get clicks and views without appearing in the search results. This strategy aims to capture people's attention in the browse features. It means traffic comes from the YouTube homepage, subscription feed, and suggested videos. Pay close attention to the example I'll share with you now. Especially at the beginning, I was creating videos with the how-to intent, because I have been taught that how-to videos are the best ones to attract people's attention. And it is true, because people are on YouTube to learn something. They have a problem to fix and they want a solution. But there is something else. Let's suppose I have to create a video on the copywriting topic. Which of the following 2 headlines has the best appeal? Headline number 1. How to learn copywriting from scratch. Headline number 2. How I earned $10,000 in 7 days thanks to this skill. I'm pretty sure you will choose the second one, because it is more compelling. It reveals a defined outcome and elicits curiosity. Keep in mind that the video content could be exactly the same, but the promise made is completely different. Regardless of the niche you are in or the video you want to create, always sell the outcome, a result your ideal client wants to reach. Only then create the content to satisfy the outcome promised. Let's switch to the third lesson. Lesson number 3. Quality over quantity. This lesson is very crucial. Forget about quantity and focus on quality, because people are on YouTube to learn and to be entertained. So, information alone is not enough. Otherwise, my channel should have had 100,000 subscribers minimum. Indeed, I have shared very valuable information about online marketing, digital marketing skills, personal development, entrepreneurship, and business. Today, good information alone is not enough, especially if you start from scratch with 0 subscribers. And I take for granted the basics of uploading videos on YouTube. For instance, number 1, you need a high-quality microphone. Number 2, you need a good camera. Number 3, your video needs a defined structure in order to educate and persuade your viewer to watch the video, ideally till the end. But beside the basics, your content must be introduced with the right packaging. It means that your editing level makes all the difference, because it entertains the viewers and increases the watch time. Your content and editing style must keep your viewer watching your video, ideally till the end. In addition, your thumbnails must be amazing, because they push the viewer to click on your video. The video you're watching right now has a great editing style, if compared to the videos published till 2 months ago. Indeed, these last videos got different results. Always remember to be patient and give the YouTube algorithm the necessary time to spread your new videos to the right audience. Lesson number 4. Speak about your experiences. This is an important step I'm adding to my videos to introduce a personal touch. Listen to me. Today there is plenty of valuable information, and honestly, especially with the upcoming artificial intelligence tool, everyone can share everything about any topic. If you want to get a competitive advantage and stand out from other creators, you have to match the content you share with your personal experience. This makes all the difference. Once again, the information doesn't change, but the viewer's perception. You need to establish a sort of connection with your viewers and followers, and this is why it is fundamental to share your experiences associated with the content you deliver. For instance, instead of saying how to write a sales letter in 10 steps, you should say something like this: how I sold a $50,000 service thanks to this sales letter structure. In a nutshell, I sell both the outcome and personal experience. Try it with your niche and let me know in the comments below. Lesson number 5. Identify who you want to serve. And honestly, this must be your first step before posting any content. You must always identify who you want to serve, your ideal client, and create content based on their needs and what they really want. Let me share my experience. When I started this channel, my idea was, and it is even today, to serve aspiring entrepreneurs who want to escape their 9-to-5 boring job and or start an online business. In other words, I'm helping my younger self of 15 years ago. But what I didn't consider is that I belong to a different generation. When I started 15 years ago in the Italian market, I was eager to learn digital marketing skills, how to sell, how to create an online course, how to learn copy, and other important topics included in my channel. Today, the younger generation is a little bit different. They are interested in the outcome first, and only then they will be willing to learn how to guide the vehicles to reach their destination. This is why I needed to change how to deliver the content, promises, and outcomes, according to my ideal client's needs. Long story short, I identified other successful channels currently serving who I want to serve and started stealing the content ideas. It doesn't mean I'm copying their content, obviously, just the idea behind it and including my experience. That's it. Lesson number 6. Create a connection with your audience. To explain this point, let me share with you what I have done to create this connection. It doesn't relate to the content, but the context, how you deliver the information. First, I changed the background of my videos. My idea was to create the feeling of being a YouTuber. Since I like traveling, I cannot have the same studio background as many YouTubers have, but I use the green screen so that I can put the background I want to create the right environment for my audience. Secondly, one of my mentors told me to absolutely change the microphone. From the headset microphone, I switched to a great podcaster microphone. These seem to be banal changes, but many times small tweaks lead to big improvements in terms of results. Thirdly, I'm still improving my English. I have this strong Italian accent, so I took some lessons for accent reduction, but it takes time. Think about who you want to serve and create the right environment to attract your audience's attention and allow them to relate to you instantly. Lesson number 7. Don't quit. Sharing knowledge and creating videos is not easy. And let me tell you, I thought about quitting multiple times during this journey. But every time it happened, I asked myself, why did you decide to start this path? What is your end goal? What is your purpose in doing this business? So, these questions help me stay on the right path of pursuing my goals. If you are in business for the long term, as I am, regardless of the short-term results, you don't have to quit. Never. And do not forget that being successful on YouTube is a long-term game. With that being said, if you want to know more about me and especially how my expertise can help you escape your 9-to-5 boring job and or start your business to live the life you deserve, I urge you to watch this video. How I made my first $100,000 online, my story. The $100,000 breakthrough, how I cracked the code to online prosperity. In this captivating video, I shared the challenges, pivotal moments and life-changing decisions that paved the way to my first $100,000 milestone. So, watch it now!